Number 3. Acrabuaminus. The scorpion man, also known as the Acrabumanu, is a monstrous creature that originated in ancient Mesopotamia, specifically in Babylonian creation myths. They are a cross between a scorpion and a man, with a scorpion's body and a man's face, torso, and arms. While they are terrifying in appearance and were created to wage war against gods, while others on this list are truly deadly, this creature would stand as guardians, and often warn travelers who might be in danger. This deep devotion to the causes they serve can be traced back to the first, who guarded the gates of the sun god Shamash in the Mashu Mountains. They kept the gates open so he could leave each day and return each night. Subscribe for part 9.